What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are diving into another set of battles for the Sunshine Cup. And honestly, this team over here is too good. It's similar to a team I ran on my very first day, which had the backline of Pidgeot and Gligar, which I think is extremely strong and extremely meta. But instead of Swampert, Poketoady here is using Vigoroth, and it just makes sense. They were able to hit Legend with this team, and with a few days left, obviously this is a dense meta, but this can be a team that you guys can use to try to get as much rating as possible. So shout out to Poketoady. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it, is Poketoady. Thank you for sharing these battles with us, and let's get right into it. Alright, getting into the first battle here. This should be some intense matchups. We have Vigoroth on Vigoroth here on the lead, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone decides to swap out into one of the flyers here at some point to soak some energy. But here comes the first body slam of this game, and it gets no shielded right there, so they should be able to... Are they going to swap? Let's see. No, they're not going to. They did sneak through a fast move here, so they're going to go ahead and let this go. And it's going to come down to CMP tie, but I imagine someone's going to swap. Yeah, there's the swap right there. And it was into, I believe that was Credilli that just swapped in. As a body slam here, not going to do too much damage, but they can swap out now into Gligar to get head on energy, and they can do quite a bit of damage with Aerial Ace and Wing Attack. And because of that the typing here on Gligar, they don't take any super effective damage from Grass Knot or Rock Slide, which is really ideal, right? If you come in with the Pidgeot, you got to watch out for those Rock Slides, but they will decide to shield, and it is going to be the Grass Knot right there. So they're going to go ahead and just overload on energy. Probably go for, yeah, they go for a no shield right here. They're in a very good position to come out of this matchup with some extra energy. Well, maybe one fast move right there and maintain switch advantage. We'll have to see what the Pokemon number 3 is going to be. And it looks like they swapped into Swampert now, saving the Credilli with 1 health point, along with Vigoroth still in the back for potential sack swap. So Aerial Ace does get a shield. We will see the Swampert look to throw here soon. Okay, a little bit of lag there, but that's okay. They're going to go ahead and probably no shield. Yeah, they're going to no shield right here. It's going to be up to Pidgeot in order to win this game. They do have Vigoroth as a sack swap. Feather Dance and Wing Attack is probably going to be able to take it right here, but this is still going to come down to the wire because remember, there are still 2 Pokemon in the back, so both trainers here are going to be able to sack swap at their will, as another Hydro Cannon is now going to be coming through. And this is why Swampert is also extremely deadly in this meta, is just the heavy neutral damage that you can do. They do decide to go for, I'm not sure which move that is, but we will find out here in a second. It was the Feather Dance, so they do get a shield right there, and they will try to sack swap, but Credilli not able to catch a charge move. And let's see if the Swampert's going to be coming back in. It does. They counter swap to catch the charge move now on Vigoroth. That is a beautiful catch, as all the energy will be soaked, literally. And we will see them go for a Feather Dance once again to take out the Swampert. And there is the Vigoroth in the back, which is out of energy, so that is going to be a good first game. Very well. Ooh, Vigoroth does have a body slam, though. I don't think this is going to be enough, to be honest. And yeah, it's not going to be enough. Pidgeot able to hold on right there. All right, moving into the next one. We have... I mean, this team, it's super meta, right? This team is just too good. We got Vigoroth mirror match once again. So we saw in game 1 that the opponent decided to swap out. We'll have to see what happens here in game 2. And again, it all comes down to who is going to be winning CMP tie with the body slam, as both Pokemon are gaining energy at the same rate. So let's see how this plays out. They're going to go ahead and look to go for the back-to-back. Both trainers now have a body slam ready to go. So let's see who's going to get it. And the opponent decided to swap out. Did I just put Credilli one back in again? Alright, moving into the next battle. We have Vigoroth on the lead versus Steelix. Okay, so interesting matchup right here. They do decide to swap out into Shadow Gligar, though, which body slam can do quite a bit of damage here. As it is neutral, but they got to be concerned about the fast moves not adding up, and now they do counter swap into their own Gligar to go into the mirror match, where one Aerial Ace here should be enough to KO, or at least put pressure on the first shield of this game. And let's see, if the opponent decides to no shield, Gligar here can farm down and have a dig almost ready to go. Yeah, they will decide to no shield here. This is totally fine. They're probably going to no shield as well. Yeah, they're going to no shield as well. Look to commit to that farm down here and try to get to a dig against the Steelix. That's the really important factor right here, and they do get it in time, which is perfect. This is guaranteed super effective damage, right? It's going to be forcing that shield, and if they don't, it's going to be devastating for the opponent. But now they have a 2-to-1 shield advantage here with Vigoroth, and Vigoroth's definitely going to need it because Breaking Swipe is going to be applying those debuffs and do a decent amount of neutral damage. So they let the first one go through. The opponent swaps out into Whiscash with Water Gun. Very interesting. So Pidgeot now going to be coming in and making quick work of it. Remember, Whiscash does have access to Blizzard and Mud Bomb as the charge moves, and they shielded. Actually, they went for a Water Pulse. So this is such a unique Pokemon to be running for this cup, and obviously the reason to be running the Water Gun Water Pulse is for the Gligars. A lot of the Gligars that you do see, as we did see them shield the Brave Bird and not able to get to another one in time. This is unfortunate. They're going to go ahead and no shield, and it was just a Mud Bomb. So now they can overload on energy and go for a Brave Bird. This is only going to allow Steelix to get one fast move here with Dragon Tail, which is perfect because then Vigoroth should be able to get to the Bulldoze in time, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. I think this would do enough damage to KO, but again, it is a Bulldoze here. No, it's not enough damage. That just goes to show how bad Bulldoze is. Vigoroth can safely shield, counter down, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. This team just super, super consistent. All right, moving into the next battle. We have Vigoroth on the lead versus Shadow Steelix once again. So let's see what the opponent decides to do. This one is deciding to stay in, hoping to apply those debuffs of Breaking Swipe. We may see a bailout now, maybe to try to catch a charge move if they can time it correctly with the Bulldoze energy. But let's see how this plays out. The opponent not swapping out, so they're going to go ahead and go for the Bulldoze now. Maybe they're weak to counter in the back. Right? Maybe there's an Abomasnow back there or something. The opponent decides to no shield, and they do get countered down, so Vigoroth able to take it out completely. We do have a Gourgeist come in, which is super interesting, with Razor Leaf. So, I'm curious if they have double Razor Leafers in the back, because obviously that is going to be quick work here for the double flyer backline, especially with the Steelix out of the game, as we will see Gligar look to commit to the farm down. A shield is definitely worth it here. You don't know what they have in the back, and that dig might be crucial for victory. And it is, in fact, double Razor Leaf users. So the opponent is going to be up against not a hard wall, but a flying terror back there with Pidgeot, as Aerial Ace now is going to be getting the second shield of this game, and Pidgeot is just going to make quick work of it, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Alright, moving into the next one, we have Vigoroth on the lead versus Gligar here. Okay, so both Pokemon doing a good amount of neutral damage, but Vigoroth is at a disadvantage with the counter fast move as compared to Wing Attack there from Gligar. Remember, here in Pokemon Go, I know some trainers, maybe a lot of trainers, are somewhat new, maybe kind of testing out the waters for the first time. Fast moves and charge moves, they all have those resistances, and it follows everything with the main Pokemon series. And that's a beautiful catch, actually, on the dig, as that is heavily resisted, as we do see a Swampert now come in. But yeah, here in Pokemon Go, some moves, even if it might be immune, right? So a ground type move to a flying type move, it will actually still do some chip damage, what we call it. It'll do resisted damage, it just won't do as much, right? Hydro Cannon, though, not enough to take down the Gligars. They do go for the back-to-back. This is a really good opportunity here for the Gligar to potentially take Switch or get a shield, because the Mud Shots here aren't going to be enough to farm it down before I think we see another charge move come through. They do get a shield, and now Gligar, it's going to be a race. As you can see, Mud Shot not doing that much, and they do get to it in time, but the opponent is able to win charge move priority because it does have the higher attack, so Hydro Cannon will take it out. Vigoroth, though, really good position. Actually, they decide to come in with Pidgeot. Very interesting right here, looking to soak the charge move and just get as much energy as possible here with Wing Attack, as we do see a Vigoroth swap in, and they're going to go ahead and go for the Brave Bird. This gets the final shield of this game. Otherwise, we're one-shotting. Oh, almost one-shot, as they do come in with their own Vigoroth and look to counter down. They can shield the Body Slam here, but they're going to go ahead and let it go. A very dicey game right here, as there is still the Swampert and Gligar to deal with in the back. Gligar was relatively healthy too, if I remember right. Yeah, still about 50% HP, but Vigoroth now has the opportunity to get to 2 Body Slams. Switch Clock as well is starting to come back up, so we'll have to see if it can bail out in time. Otherwise, Gligar is going to get a very healthy farm down and might have multiple charge moves on the back end here for the Pidgeot. They decided to no shield right there. Brave call, as now the Pidgeot coming in is going to have to survive a Aerial Ace in order to win. So they're going to go ahead and shield, and all they have to do is just fast move down. Let's see, Gligar is able to get to the Aerial Ace, but is it going to be enough damage, or will we see a simultaneous KO here? It is not. Wing Attack does, yep, simultaneous KO, but the opponent won with Swampert still hidden in the back. All right, moving into the next one, we have Vigoroth on the lead versus Abomasnow. Very, very good lead right here. This is what you want to see with the double flyer backline, as they do swap out into Shadow Gligar, so they can safely go for Body Slam here and then bail into the mirror fight, like we've seen many, many times, whether it's in your own battles or in this video already. Gligar mirror fight right here. Once you do that chip damage, you can safely come in because you can easily take them out with one Aerial Ace. As the first one will land, they will go for their own. But again, a good opportunity for them to potentially get a farm down, maybe have a charge move almost ready to go. I think maybe they get 2 fast moves here. But ultimately, letting the opponent Gligar get this Gligar as low as possible is going to be very advantageous for them, because, oh, actually, they decided to come in with Talonflame. Very interesting that they didn't come in with Abomasnow, as Gligar now is going to be able to get to 2 Aerial Aces here, unless the opponent swaps out into Abomasnow right here. Nope, so they do get to 2, and that's because of the timing that it takes for turns, right? Incinerate is a fast move that has 5 turns, so the damage didn't come through in time before they were able to throw that next Aerial Ace. So now Pidgeot is going to be coming into this matchup as the opponent goes for the Flame Charge, but that's not going to be enough. Abomasnow now comes in, and Vigoroth is going to be taking it here relatively easy with counter and Body Slam. 2-to-1 shield advantage as well. So this is looking to be a good game, very well played, as they're going to go ahead and look to force the first shield of this game, or the second shield of this game, I should say, with the Body Slam. And now the opponent, I don't think, can make it to another Weather Ball in time, but they're going to go ahead and no shield, as the win condition now is with Pidgeot and Brave Bird. So they will be able to throw 1 Body Slam here. And this is looking to be a good game. Pidgeot again, they do get 1 Incinerate there on Talonflame, but ultimately Talonflame is not going to be able to win this one, so they do surrender. Alright, and that was the final set, as we see right here, as they do get their Pikachu Libre. So huge congrats. Again, a very strong team that was showcased today. I know it was only 5 battles, but it was their Pikachu Libre set, and they said they climbed up with this team. Vigoroth, Pidgeot, and Gligar. Again, that double flyer backline is incredibly strong, whether you run it with a Vigoroth, a Swampert, maybe a Blaziken on the lead. The double flyer backline in this meta is very strong. So huge congrats here to Toady, and thank you for sharing these battles. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.